The possibility of life on Mars is a subject that has fascinated astronomers for decades. NASA and other organizations have been implementing many missions to explore Mars from orbital lander, autonomous robot, or mini helicopter. All of them have given us the new look at Mars, and recently the Max Express probe. Scientists are amazed that there are newly discovered ancient waterways on Mars. This could help us unlock the secrets of life on Mars. Max Express's Mars rover. The European Space Agency has captured stunning images of the Holden Basin on Red Planet 1. Part of the key area in the search for life on Mars, images and stories. Further investigation of the area could help reveal how water once flowed across the Martian surface. Close-up of the Ho-Ho Basin captured by Max Express's SOSC high-resolution stereo. On April 24, 2022 shows the geological features of the former aquifer. Nearly 150 kilometers away at the crater, the Horrent Basin forms part of. Covering the USB Boyflow system is the Mora course on the southern hemisphere of Mars. This system has become an important target of Mars orbiters like Max Express because scientists say it may have drained 9% of that planet's water before Mars lost its water It is possible that Mars's atmosphere was exposed to harsh solar radiation, causing water vapor to. Space liquid water will flow through channels into the Agride Plain from the 1,770-meter wide plain. After 5.2 kilometers, the water will flow through the Pushboy Valley in an area that is now a post-fault. The water will then be collected into the Holden Basin before flowing through Aloran Valley. The Coe River Valley system leads to a 440-kilometer wide strike basin, new images show. A distinct crater to the south has a basin and basin walls that slope gently to depth. About 1,500 m below the surrounding Martian surface, while northeast of the Holden Basin. Shows where the water will flow from this reservoir is Donnellix visible. In the image, it is likely that this terrain was created by the melting of water ice. The European Space Agency says its experience with our planet shows water. Live side-by-side scientists are looking to find out if the same might be true of Mars. Billions of years ago, did the soil in the Layton Valley and its basin contain phyllite silicate, a mineral? Substance composed of clay produced by the interaction of rock and water that is living on Earth. Phyllosilicates in this region are present in active sediments. As a reaction center for the organic molecules that make up life on land. Because of this, scientists are very interested in this area where the Holden volcano is likely to be formed. Formed after a collision of Dyes asteroid when material ejected by the impact fell back. Planet's surface and filled the old Holden Basin that was formed by an earlier planet's history because the Holden volcanic field. So scientists believe that it must have formed after the White Ladin Morris. Exhausted for its geological significance and potential to store evidence of ancient life in the hardened volcanic area. On the short list to become the landing site for the Curiosity and Mars rovers. But then scientists chose the high volcanic region in Chesrow-Thomas Express crater. Has been photographing the surface and atmosphere of Mars from orbit of the Red Planet since 2003 and are now ensuring this area is thoroughly investigated. Previous images of the Holden Basin shows ridges and trenches carved by Martian winds, craters and rivers. Ancient as well as lava lakes and volcanoes have fossilized NASA spacecraft, discovered things. Seen on Mars, NASA's InSight lander first detected a meteorite hitting Mars. It recorded the vibrations and sounds of 4 meteorites that struck the surface of the Red Planet today. September 19th, scientists said InSight had detected seismic waves and sound waves from a series impacts in 2020 and 2021. These are the first discoveries of meteorites hitting. Since the lander began collecting data after landing in 2018, the impacts of the lithofacies occurred approximately 85 to 290 kilometers from InSight. Elysium stretches across the red planet's equator, according to news. The first thing scientists discovered collided violently on September 5, 2021. Multiple pieces, at least 3 separate pieces of debris, impacted the Martian surface. The tip of the piece left a crater. NASA's Mars Orbiter MO has confirmed the location of these impacts from the spacecraft's orbit. Launched in 2005, initially took black and white images of the areas. Mars. After accurately determining the impact location and a close-up with a high-resolution imaging science experiment camera. Additional craters may have been left around these impact locations, but they were too small to cause HARES. Unable to detect previous data analysis collected by InSight shows seismometry. The lander collected 3 impacts on May 27, 2020, February 18, 2021, and August 31st. 2021 4 impacts create small earthquakes with an intensity of no more than 2 degrees English Downward House. Planetary science at Brown University in Rot, Iceland. Waiting for InSight to detect collision, planetary scientists are confused. No more meteorite impacts detected on the red planet Mars did not just command the rim. The main asteroid belt of the solar system, a hotspot for meteorites whose thin atmosphere is. It also allows meteorites to pass through without destroying them. The rate of meteorites appearing on the surface of Mars is higher than that on Earth, according to researchers. Be confident that the performance of the detector is not an indication of the site. InSight was flawed during nearly 4 years of operation on the red planet. Mars earthquake, and sensitive enough to detect seismic waves from thousands of kilometers away. Scientists of InSight has shown that impacts could be masked by wind noise on the red planet or because of seasonal changes in the atmosphere. Researchers will search for seismic signatures of other meteorite impacts than any other found, helping scientists better understand the age of the Martian surface. Scientifically determining the age of a planet's surface means new discoveries and which additions could be crucial in building the timeline for Mars discoveries. On Mars continues to amaze the world. NASA's Mars amazement on the red planet. The red planet is not all red. Mars's fire is hiding strange green rocks. The rover has discovered the rocks on Mars are similar to the rocks that give Hawaiian beaches their blue color, according. Interior green igneous rocks discovered in Chenjeiro, the 45-kilometer wide volcanic region, is considered where there is an ancient lake on Mars. Hundreds of researchers have analyzed data collected by PERS, and they claim that maybe the red planet is not as red as we think. Mars is called the red because most of its rocks exposed to the outside environment are red. Turns red similar to how any iron object and ooze after being exposed to the surprising variety of rocks found in craters. J0 is different from sedimentary rocks found on the surface of Mars. Volcanoes consist of large grains of olivine in the craters of many beaches on Earth. Is green in color due to the presence of Olympian, a mineral Earth, and participates in the formation of peridot. Mars could reveal answers to questions like whether there has ever been whether or not researchers believe that the volcano plate about 4 billion years ago. The interesting thing is that these rocks had similar properties to the on Earth in its early days. To study science needs rock samples from when the planet was. Our today is over. Wishing you a new day full of happiness.